So welcome back to the WL Costa Properties YouTube channel. And today we have Lynsey and Jacqueline. And between us, we're going to talk about what happened in Q4, the viewings, offer, negotiations, completions. So Jacqueline, talk me through what you thought about Q4. How good was it for you?
Well, I found that there was a lot of good educated buyers, people who on arriving knew exactly what they wanted. They'd done their homework. I also felt I was actually quite shocked at the amount of European buyers, Canadian, I used to say Canadian, American buyers. And these buyers, they definitely were experienced buyers and they knew exactly what they wanted. They were very decisive when they arrived. And I was quite surprised by that.
And when you say that, you know, they're coming here, sometimes they've never been to the Costa del Sol, but they're coming here because they're looking at property websites and everything else, and they're seeing there's a buzz about the Costa del Sol, what's happening. So they're doing their homework.
Absolutely.
The only thing that they do because they've never been to the Costa del Sol, or some of their friends have been there, is what area to choose.
Exactly. Like we had the other day, we had some clients from Denver, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they really weren't sure which area to choose, but you know, we spent a good few hours with them, guiding them, because I feel that they really need our support. And to get a good estate agent who can give you that support, it's gold.
Exactly. And he worked as a real estate agent
Absolutely.
in America.
Yeah.
What he was doing is he was going what we recommend when the buyer's agreement is we recommend you choose your area. Choose a couple of areas, explore them, see what area feels good, different aspects about it. So he went to one area in the Costa del Sol. He absolutely hated it. It didn't measure up to what he was thinking of, to the point where he was going to leave his Airbnb and go to a different area. Then he contacted us about a property in Benalmadena, and it was a villa that ticked all his boxes, but the problem was that they're on a fact-finding mission. We called them straight away. Absolutely. And before we know it, we had them on the ground next day looking at 3 different villas. And the first villa, they absolutely loved.
They loved it. They really loved it.
So they did.
Yeah.
But the problem was that they didn't know the area. So we know what we're talking about, and I'm not just flim-flamming you or, you know.
Yeah, and also they weren't very sure whether they wanted a reform or a resale.
Yeah.
When we had showed them a couple of reforms, and that's when they decided they would have preferred the resale. So,
yeah, because it's daunting. Even though they've came from America, you know, he's in a real estate background, you know, they've bought a couple of properties and renovated them. There's a lot of them moving over here, so they're finding it kind of like the wild, wild west, as we spoke about it. But the good thing about it is the people that's professional and have the knowledge and can give them that guidance, that builds their trust. So they want to come in 2026 and move over to the Costa del Sol. If they choose the Costa del Sol, they'll come to us and say, look, can you help us find a property?
Absolutely.
Because of the service that you provided. I think over the last year, we've really narrowed down with the help of the operations. We've really narrowed down to actually take care of the customer before they're actually even here. You understand?
Yeah.
Tell them it's a process and make them sure it's a process, but when they're going through the process, they're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So in the end, they choose us as a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And Lynsey, you came on in Q4, and you're the first point of contact.
Yes, yeah.
You're basically that person that's going to be speaking to them first, you know. So how are you finding that?
I think the first quarter it's been amazing. What's very, very good to see is that the people that are coming through, you've got your lifestyle, you've got your relocation buyers who are very organised and very prepared. And then you've got those people that are maybe dipping their toe in the water for the first time, that maybe aren't as sure of what they're after, but the engagement, the information, the resources that are available through WL Costa Properties are huge. So if you're not sure, we have all available resources for you to be able to find what you're looking for, whether that is, coming into the office, going on a tour. What I found, the engagement that you get from WL Costa Properties is massive. When I moved here 6 years ago, if I would have had that support finding a property, it would have made things a lot easier. But I think, as you say, we've already got them hooked. Even if we haven't got the right property, we're there to take them round on tours, show them what they're looking for. But I also think people are wanting to make a smart choice, not necessarily looking for a bargain, but looking for value for the money. So it's been a very busy and steady Q4, and I'm very much looking forward to see what Q1 2026 offers for us.
Yeah, I totally agree, and it's been amazing having you on there to be the first point of contact, to pass it to me and Jacqueline, so that we have a full brief of what you've been speaking about, what they're looking at, So it just takes our time away so that we can start searching for these different properties, going out there, what's the new listings in the area, how can we get those listings, get more listings. That's definitely for 2026, that's going to be, my job to bring those listings in, because we are a listing agent, so we do get a lot of contacts from our listings that can exactly have the same process from anybody from America or the Canada or the USA. But I feel as if we have a process now and nobody's escaping from
no one slips through
from,
the net.
from our net. And I think that's really important, and credit to Sandra for putting all of that operation. Anything you've seen, Jacqueline, that surprised you with different nationalities?
I was surprised the amount of European and American and Canadian clients. But it always surprises me, that we have to have some caution when it comes to listings. I mean, there's a lot of listings that are overpriced, on these sites. And that's why our clients need to be with a proper estate agent, because we can support them through that. They're not just flailing on their own out there in the market.
Yeah.
So that's part of the caution that I see.
Yeah, I totally agree with
Because
you.
they look good online, but...
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, as I said, anything can look, they're all photoshopping the photos.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're going, that was a nice... And then you go to the villa and you're going... Is this the same villa?
But that's one of the things about the buyers this quarter. It has been very much that they're quite sure in terms of what they want.
Yeah.
And here the team have the skill of getting them to their right or their dream property with ticking as many of the boxes as possible.
Absolutely.
And your buyers, whether the relocation or whether the lifestyle buyers, have been very sort of determined, very organised, but also very thoughtful about the timelines and a little bit more educated about the process.
Exactly.
And where they haven't been, that's where we as a team step in and support them in terms of what is the process, how long do things take, what do I need, all the resources and things that we've got available. That's what, in my first quarter, how professional the setup is, but also it's a very personal touch. It's not just a tick in the box and selling a house.
No.
It's building somebody's dream.
Yeah.
And I think that the team here have the skill and the passion of wanting to make that dream come through for the customer, wherever they are from, whether they are local or whether they are coming from abroad. I think that's one of the things that surprised me in the first quarter, as we've been saying, the amount of international buyers that are coming to Spain and putting their trust in us. There's been some great stories so far in this quarter.
Absolutely.
So I'm super excited for 2026.
I mean, new builds as well.
Yeah.
It's been quieter, the new builds.
Of course.
Yeah. It's a good option, the new builds. And I think we've got a lot more developments coming up for 2026, yeah?
Yeah, the Costa del Sol is booming. There's new developments. I was just with a client there that he bought in 2023, and he bought a new development in Torremolinos. And every December, he was from California, lovely guy. Every December he comes and we just go, we look at the development, we look at the progress and everything else. And he came last December and he's just We just had a meal there. He's now away. He's so happy.
Great.
Yeah.
So happy that.
It's just there's so low maintenance, the new builds, you know.
But it's not only that. It's about planning.
Exactly. And
You
the
know,
timelines
He can plan. So he's like, I've got another half a year to work to pay that off.
Yeah.
So he's making sure that he has the money.
That's it. Yeah.
And then he was asking me, okay, so what happens next? Because I'm sitting in California and I can't, because of my job, I can't keep on coming over. And I explained to him last night, well, what happens next? You have the lawyer, the power of attorney, which is perfect. When you get the confirmation that the property is ready, you send the money over. And before that, 30 days before it, we can send a technician to go out and do all your, need to update the kitchen or you need to scratch here or something like that. And then after that, then we put you in touch with somebody that does a furniture package and they furnish it and put all your furniture in. And then you just come over and you get the keys.
Get the keys and go.
And he's like, oh, wow, you see, because I was thinking that I had to come over, go back, go back and everything else. And I said, no. And he's like, that's brilliant. That's just like music to my ears. And we also have the YouTube that we've done with Victoria. And she's very happy now. She bought in La Cara. So check the YouTube channel for that episode as well. Okay, so we've kind of went over Q4. Looking at the market, let's talk about 2026. Have I had my crystal ball?
Yeah.
I think we're going to keep on going. Costa del Sol is booming. We've got the new expansion from the airport. Political scenes around the world are getting so that people are looking for safe places. I'm seeing a lot of British people come through now for the non-lucrative visa.
Absolutely.
They've had enough. They want to come and live in the sun. Brexit took that away. But thankfully, the Spanish government have put something in place called the non-lucrative visa, which is basically an opportunity for you to still have the dream and come and live in the sun. I'm seeing a lot of people come through with that. We're helping, about 4 or 5 people in that process. And then that doesn't just become selling a property. That becomes the process where you have to go with the lawyers, find out, what you need to go through with that. And then that's a bigger journey,
Sure.
But the end goal is obviously to get them here, get them to Spain, and then find them their dream home in the sun.
Yeah.
So I still see the same sort of American, Canadian still coming through. As we said, I still see an issue with supply and demand. So
Absolutely, I agree with that.
properties are king. Thank God we're a listing agent and we have those properties.
Yeah.
We are really coming to a stage now where buyers are asking the real estate agents to be their sole agency because they are so they can't navigate the Wild West. So they're saying, can you find me the property? I'll put my trust in you and here's the money. And I think for us who have put all this process in place with your buyer's guide, your seller's guide, your checklists, everything, all the resources, even the course of how to buy a property in the Costa del Sol. So if you've never been to the Costa del Sol, you can go onto our website, buy a course and go step 1 all the way to finding your property.
Great resources.
Brilliant, yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? Get your crystal ball out and...
We're going to be selling lots of property.
Sell. That's
oh, hala.
We got the clients, we got the properties. It's going to be a great 2026, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
And we've got the team.
We've got the team, absolutely. Yeah.
So we have the infrastructure.
Yeah.
We have the team. We have the location because, we're on the train line, which is gold for anybody and buying in the Costa del Sol.
Yeah.
From Malaga to Fingarola, you have the train line, which is really important, especially if you're coming off a flight from America. I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 hours. You don't want to be driving an hour,
No.
an hour and a half back down to the coast, especially not in the summer.
The location's
So,
perfect. The office location is perfect.
Okay, well, fantastic. So Q4 was great. Q1 2026 is going to be even better.
It's going to be fantastic.
And 2026, we're looking for great things coming our way. And obviously we have not just you guys in place, but we also have the lawyers,
Yep.
currency company, finance, everything. So everything that somebody needs to find their dream home in the sun. So if you're thinking about buying in 2026, then I think it's worth contacting WL Costa Properties and start on your journey today, or go to our website and look at all the resources that we have so that you can start to find your dream home in the sun. So remember, if you like the content and you want to see more of us, then please like and subscribe. See you on the next one.